bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RB's created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. I hope everybody's had a great week. Thank you for joining myself, Tully and Morgana. Hello, Crystal. First in the chat.
Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
First in the chat.
Yeah.
First in the chat. First on the list. We apologize for the 5 minutes of latency. We're not going to give you 5 minutes back though. So strap in. All right.
We gave them an extra 10 minutes last week though, so that counts.
There you go. Yeah, tonight when we talk about Scientology on strange
frequencies,
we'll give you a little bit more time, more than likely. If you're new to the show and you're just now tuning in, go ahead, hit like and subscribe before we get into the content that we currently have out here for you.
Even if you don't know if you like us or not, give us a follow. Unfollow us later. At least humble us now.
There you go. That's it.
Go to your kid's iPad and follow us on YouTube on their iPad under their account, whatever you do.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But anyway.
Yeah. We need one of those things that at the bottom that says not recommended for children under 18, those kind of things.
I mean, that's pretty insinuated.
I think that's how it goes out anyway. Used to anyway. I don't know till he might have took the age restriction off. But
yeah, why not? It ain't like we talk about anything crazy
or controversial.
All right. So, where do you guys want to get started today on the January 16th, 2026?
I do have one that's and guys, I forgot to bookmark it or write it down, but there was somewhere yesterday that this week they literally cured what has been considered an uncurable eye disease overseas.
What is it?
That it's, I forget what it's called, but it's the pressure in your eye gets so low that it makes you go blind eventually. And in the past, they've always considered it just uncurable. Well, with 2 shots, it returned the pressure to where it needed to be and reformed the those cones, that are supposed to be round and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they were back in place like they were supposed to be. They still have to do a little bit more, to see if it lasts and stuff like that. But just the fact that they've never even been able to see an improvement in the past is amazing.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Mm-hmm. So there's my Friday feel good.
Yeah, let's explore it a little more because as you all know, I suffer from eye issue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting to see if this relates to me.
There you go. Let's see.
Possible restoring sight, preventing blindness in people with a rare but dangerous eye condition called hypotomy.
What's up, Wicked?
What up, Wicked?
Wicked.
Mooresfield Hospital in London is the world's first dedicated clinic for disorder, and 7 out of 8 patients given the pioneering treatment have responded to therapy. So if you have hypotonia, I mean Hypotony. Hypotony. Yeah. Something like that. If you have that eye disease, they have supposedly found a cure. They're still waiting, like Morgana said, they're waiting on clinical trials.
Well, I was going to save this for later, but it's related. So you remember a couple months ago when China not only cured Alzheimer's but diabetes?
That's the rumor.
They're rerunning. Not China, but they came out this week and they're like, Germany might have just cured type 1 diabetes.
Wow.
And it says that they've been on the forefront, which isn't true, of innovative research and experimental treatments aimed at addressing type 1 diabetes. China's already done it, like probably close to a year ago. Let's see. And this is more like, it sounds more like the HIV treatment. Like, I think you have to keep doing it. But they're exploring antibody combination therapies that target immune responses and inflammation to halt beta cell destruction, showing promising results in models by protecting pancreatic islet. And I think they're also doing some stem cell approaches, but it doesn't sound as effective. Hey, Landa.
Hey, Landa.
As the Chinese cure that we heard about 6-8 months ago, whatever that was.
Yeah, but I mean, even if they do,
even if give me a shot of that super serum, that's right. That's what it's going to end up being.
Oh yeah, and and the thing is, I mean, having to do a monthly or even a weekly shot is a hell of a lot better than doing insulin 4 times a day, or every time you want to eat something specific, having to check your blood and all that. It's
and I mean, if they have found this cure, do you think we're ever going to see it?
Well, hell no.
Have you seen the Chinese one yet?
Nope. It went away quietly.
So did the Alzheimer's thing.
Yes.
Yep. Well, there's a belief that Alzheimer's is just like diabetes 3, essentially. So I mean, all this can be tied into like everything that comes along with that.
You're gonna have like some neuroscientist fact checking you in the comments here in a minute.
Oh yeah.
like what's this dumbass talking about?
It wasn't us talking about it. It was China.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I just don't think we're ever going to see it because I mean, why would they do that when insulin costs a fortune?
Yeah, $500 a dose for something that costs $5 to make, and it sells for $5 everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
But have we not said 1,000 times there is no profit in a cure?
No, never. And if they do decide to cure something, get ready for something else.
I had no idea, Kinder. Because I also it's not too bad, but I also have had like eczema, which isn't obviously the same thing, but still like skin related.
And she's not wrong, everybody. I do.
Yes. Now, this is the first time when you backed out like that, I can actually see it. You look very nice, Cecil.
Yeah, like and subscribe for more scientific facts from Cecil.
Yes. And hey, here's the thing. And I am not saying that everything out there is perfect, great, or whatever, but science is a pretty good thing to have.
Well, while we're on medicine, we might as well hit. It came up this week that there's apparently a lack of scientific testing for generic drugs, like FDA. You know how like normal drugs have to jump through FDA hoops.
Yeah.
Well, generics don't apparently have to jump through those same hoops. And it stems largely from investigations highlighting that agencies rarely conduct routine independent quality checks on these medications, even though generics make up about 90% of prescriptions filled in the United States. They receive FDA approval primarily by demonstrating the bioequivalence to their brand name counterparts, meaning they deliver the same active ingredient at the same milligram and extent in the body. Those studies have been submitted by manufacturers, mostly overseas, these tests. So you could technically pay to play, it sounds like, to get the studies to come out the way you want them to. But they rely heavily on these third-party data. The FDA, I mean, relies heavily on these third-party data analysis to say, yes, it does have it, or or no, it doesn't. So the reason it's raising alarms is because doctors, patients, independent labs, and even the DoD have pointed to reports of quality issues like poor dissolution, which affects how well these generic drugs actually work in your body. They've also found contaminants and inconsistencies in certain widely used generics, such as versions of heart or antidepressant medications. In some cases, independent testing uncovered problems that official FDA sampling did not catch. So not only are they jacking the prices up on all these medications, but when you do get an affordable generic, the quality could be a half-life of what the original medication was.
Right. Well, okay. I'm going to play devil's advocate for 2 seconds here. Just because, that's who we are. When I was taking, it's been about 10 years ago that my doctor changed me to a new migraine medication. One pill cost me $40. Worked about half the time, so not really worth. And that was with insurance. When it went generic, it cost me $4.
I mean, the side effects of these drugs are insane too. Like, I had to quit taking my prescription medicine recently. This is a little, I probably shouldn't say this, but it started making me hallucinate.
Just don't say the name of it.
I ain't gonna say the name of it. And luckily, when I was a kid, I did a lot of things that would make me hallucinate anyway, to where I recognized what it was. So I was like, oh, I'm hallucinating right now. So I was like, I don't know what would cause me to do this. So I just quit taking it cold turkey. And like over the next couple of days, everything kind of died down. It got extremely vivid. It's kind of
blame it on the meds. Blame it on the meds.
It was the meds. but like, it's weird that we go through these pharmaceutical stuff, because what I take my medication for can probably be easily remedied with some kind of natural stuff.
In some cases, it depends. Some people can't. Some people have to have, prescriptions for stuff.
Yeah.
To function.
But like, I don't know. I'll just say, I have I have extreme anxiety, and things like that. So there's natural remedies out there, but it's illegal for me to do that. So I don't know. It's weird. Hi, Nick.
What's up, Nick? It's just me and Cecil now.
Yeah. She quit on us. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, do you want to hit the? You did the silver story last week. You want to give an update on silver?
Sure. I don't even remember.
Well, yeah, we talked about how precious metals are going to be.
Yeah, so silver has been shattering records since early 2026. I mean, we are 16 days into it. Surging to all new time highs after an already explosive 2025, where it gained around 150%. The spot price broke over $90 per ounce for the first time earlier this week, reaching peaks reported between 92 and 93.77 per ounce in mid-January. So that's today, I guess. Surpassing its previous normal high from 1980, around $50 adjusted for the error. This rapid climb has continued into the new year with silver up over 25% since the first, and we're only 16 days in, folks. Go buy silver.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to buy silver. I mean, it's already up 25% since the beginning of the year, and it's way up year over year. I don't know where the ceiling is.
I don't either. This is driven by a combination of factors, including persistent global supply deficits for 6th straight year, booming industrial demand for sectors like data centers, solar energy, electric vehicles, and electronics, and heavy buying from other countries such as China, India, amid export restrictions and physical shortages.
Heavy on the data centers, though.
Heavy on the data centers. They're sprouting up so frequently. Have you started seeing the signs that say no data centers allowed?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, there's a lot of municipalities that are trying to make it a point to not have data centers come in, and it actually, I think I mentioned this a little bit last week, but there's a township in Ohio where the city council, allowed a data center to come in, and they all signed NDAs that they wouldn't tell the people of the township what company it actually was.
Nice. I do want to wish Nick a happy recovery on his colonoscopy he had this morning.
What does a colonoscopy run a man now, Nick? The way he explained it to me, I want to get one this year. Well, Nick, what if it was like they're about to put you under and you're counting back from 10, and then right as you get to like 8, he says "Hawk Tua," everything just goes black. Oh God.
I think it'd be more terrifying if he's just holding a big old thing of KY and goes, "This ain't gonna hurt at all," and scoops it out. But now silver, I don't know, man. Like, these data centers are going to eat up all these precious metals. Like, it's going to be hard to get anything like that.
Yeah, I would almost say, Kinder, at this point, like, just thinking about like what Cecil said about investments at this point, I would probably start looking at investments in energy as opposed to components, because they're just going to keep using more and more and more and more energy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, we're going to get to a point where we don't
Nick, none of this is you're derailing the conversation tonight.
If you're listening on audio only, you have to watch on videos to get all this sweet material.
That's a haunting image right here.
Did you tell me you're supposed to be wearing scrubs before you went out? But anyway. But the energy, I mean, we're headed for an energy crisis if they keep building at the rate that they are, because they want to cut out coal. They have, like, coal industry is essentially dead, especially in southeastern Kentucky, where it used to be booming. I don't know how it is in Pennsylvania. I'm just talking from what I've seen. I don't know how it is.
I mean, yeah, generally speaking, it's dead compared to what it used to be everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. And there's one country that burns garbage. I don't think we could do that. That's Sweden. I think they burn garbage for energy. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it goes. I don't know what we're going to do, because they eat energy. They warm the sky that they've been telling us that climate change was destroying for years. They destroy the rivers and the creeks. I don't know. Well, let's see what happens. Anyway, let's move on.
So this is relevant to what Nick is talking about. Actually, the next story. So this is the perfect loop hole. That's the name of the article. So a recent controversy has erupted over the increasing number of OnlyFans models and social media influencers successfully obtaining 01B visas, a U.S. non-immigrant work visa traditionally reserved for individuals with extraordinary abilities in the arts. Now, I don't know. Depending on what it is, they may have extraordinary abilities. But it used to be reserved for acclaimed actors, musicians, or performers by leveraging their large follower counts, subscriber numbers, and online earnings as evidence of sustained national or international recognition and commercial success. Reports from early January, including major outlets, have highlighted how immigration attorneys now represent many OnlyFans creators, with some claiming influencers make up over half of their clientele for these visas. Because digital metrics like millions of followers on platforms, including OnlyFans, TikTok, or Instagram, easily meet at least 3 of the visa's regulatory criteria, which is high remuneration, leading roles in distinguished online productions, or broad acclaim via engagement stats. This shift accelerated after the pandemic, and it's up significantly compared to the last decade. And obviously, this is sparking backlash and debate across the internet. I agree, Kinder. I agree. Depending on what it is, like there's a well, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, Cecil has his OnlyFans. He's just got to start it back up.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing? Like your legs or something?
Oh, I was doing a little bit of everything,
No, but it's a loophole. But like, I know it's not traditionally meant for OnlyFans models, but I mean, let's be real. If they're $1 million earners or something like that, like, what's the difference in them doing that? Or, there's that new visa where you can just pay for it. Like they obviously could afford something like that, so they could. And maybe that's the problem here. Like we always talk about those situations where Congress people are like, how do we make money though? Maybe that's the problem, is they are trying to get greased, maybe in more ways than one,
maybe
from the OnlyFans models.
Yeah. This is one thing you could purchase when my OnlyFans was up. I had a little calendar out, had a few little pictures like that in it, but nobody wanted them, so I gave them away for free.
Yep. We all forcefully received a Cecil swimsuit calendar for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I agree. If they can pour money into the economy, we should totally have them here. Like we should. Like, why not? And I mean, there's other things on OnlyFans besides like adult stuff, right?
Is there?
I don't know. Bert Kreischer has something on OnlyFans.
I don't know. I mean, I think if you do have something that's non-adult on OnlyFans, it'll probably just be like a parody or something. Like, you can buy my OnlyFans, but I'm just painting or whatever.
We are getting ready to start. We are getting ready to try to open a merchandise store, and the calendar will be there, and it'll be adjusted for the years. So it's called the Burly Gentleman.
But yeah, exactly, Nick. Like, you could technically do anything you want to on there, but it would, for what OnlyFans is now, critically acclaimed for, I think it'd be almost like a parody to do something pornographic or whatever.
We should put episodes on there.
Actually start an OnlyFans. Just to put like behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. I think everybody sees behind the scenes anyway, all the time anyway.
Oh yeah.
Going live was the worst thing we ever did for this show. It used to be so like meticulously produced.
See, I think
Like,
it's great. I love hanging out with everybody.
I like it too. I'm just fucking around.
What's
but
a,
anyway,
I'm trying to. You're gonna have to elaborate on that, Linda. I'm not following.
oh, Weird Realities Patreon.
Oh, I was like wide receiver. I didn't know what he was trying to say there. Well, we don't have a Patreon or an OnlyFans because we could come up with stuff, but what this whole time I'm like, what do we have extra that we aren't already given? You know what I mean? Like, I can teach you how to cook.
I could turn on a camera in my living room about 11 o'clock at night when my wife goes to bed and can sit and watch me listen to podcasts and play video games.
Oh my God. I know Kinder watches us from Kick, but I was on Kick last night just looking for like different tags and stuff, looking to see what people are using. There's so many people on Kick that are literally just sitting like in real life, like you're talking about, listening to music and just playing a video game. And they've got like 20 people watching.
I mean,
just to do that. I mean, that's kind of weird that 20 people would just want to watch somebody on their couch, not talk and just play a game.
Well, think about when we were kids, before we had all this technology, that's kind of what we did. We go to a buddy's house and sit there and watch them play games and be like, hey, man, it's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's never your turn. Like, you just got to sit there and watch and, do whatever people on Kick do. I don't know.
That's true. I don't know.
That's true, Kinder. And that's what's so weird is like some of these, and sometimes they're not even playing games. Sometimes they're just like sitting there, like sometimes you'll tune in and there'll be like 100 people watching, and the person's just like this. And like every 10 minutes they'll come up and say something and then go back to doing whatever they're doing. It kind of reminds you, like, how TikTok lives are, where just random people doing random things. That's how Kick is for the non-gaming section that we're under.
Well, imagine that. Anyway, what's next?
Well, so veterans, this is a weird one. Veterans aged 65 up to 65 have been told to prepare for war in the United Kingdom.
God.
The UK government has introduced legislation in a new armed forces bill announced on January 15th, so yesterday, that would raise the maximum age for recalling military veterans to strategic reserves it's already at 55. They're raising it from 55 to 65, allowing the mobilization of former personnel in times of serious crisis amid rising geopolitical tensions. Imagine putting your papaw out on the front lines, though. So officials have stated that war is already knocking at Europe's door, and this change aims to tap into the expertise of around 95,000 veterans aged 55 to 65. Right. And I guess they don't have a lot of troops. I think their full-time numbers right now are right at 70,000 troops. And this bill would also lower the threshold for recall from requiring a national danger, great emergency, or attack on the UK to warlike preparations, making it more ambiguous, aka faster to recall people, easier to recall these folks from 55 to 65. Imagine you go to the military from 18 to 22. You get out of the military at 22, and you get a call when you're 63 that you have to come back to the military. 40 years later, like, imagine getting a call 40 years later. That's insane to think that they would even remember their training from 40 years ago.
Well, I mean, Are there's really is there that much of a fall?
Yeah.
Is
I
there
mean,
really?
think of the technology alone. Like they ended up blowing somebody up.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Is there really that big of a shortage for the military over there? It
Well,
have to
yeah,
do
the
that.
UK's small anyway, but they'd already pushed it up to 55. And this is, I've told you this before. If things ever got bad enough, even in the United States, they'd be willing people out of the nursing home to go fight if they needed to.
Wow.
And this is a prime example of exactly that. They're gonna have geriatrics out on the battlefield who don't know. Like, imagine trying to talk to your grandfather about advanced technology and having to explain like the laser tech that you use even to lock on to targets. All it would take is one person 60 or older in today's world you hand them the target lock tech and they end up accidentally hitting the button and you get carpet bombed. Like you know what I mean? Like that is totally what would happen.
That's insane, man. I don't know. I don't know how.
Well, yeah, because of what Nick said, you can't put them in a position to where they're hand to hand. So where are they going to be if they're not on the front lines?
They can't work the controllers because of hand-eye coordination. I mean, that deteriorates when the older you get, usually.
Well, and your mind, Landa, like they probably would give them a refresher, but I could go find somebody at retirement age and I could try to teach them like the level of computing that we know. Some of them will get it, but then some of them are just going to not get it. Like I think about my dad. He's that way. Whenever texting came out, he's like, yep, I've just decided I'm never texting, never going to learn how.
Exactly.
And so you got people like that that get recalled to the front lines or whatever. And it's like, I know how to pull the trigger. But then when you have these advanced components like drones and airstrikes and, even artillery strikes from miles away, all of that target lock stuff, sometimes, it's small enough now to where it can be on guns. So, you've got there's too much room for error. And especially as we start to roll out weapons of war that haven't been on the battlefield before, like, androids, like that we've started seeing. That's right, Landa.
Oh, no. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just don't see there being a lot of hand-to-hand if UK goes to war. Well, I mean, we don't hardly even do that anymore. We have special forces that do it for the most part.
They've all been beating their chest this week, and I think it's because of the Greenland thing. I think, and I don't know what I think about that. We're not a political show, but I think that some of this news is a result of the Greenland thing.
Oh yeah.
Because you saw a bunch of people talking about that this week.
Yeah. I mean, what is there in Greenland? Like, what mineral have we found that we want there?
There's uranium.
There we go. That makes sense now.
there's minerals in Greenland that we currently we buy them from China, is what it amounts to.
Yeah. So instead a sweet ass trade deal, they're like, "Hey, why don't you just sell us that?" And they're like, "No, we're not selling it." Well, what if we just come take it, bro?
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that, Kinder. I saw a picture, and I'm sure you've seen the same picture, where they have to, they've been putting fiber optics on the drones and running spools of fiber optics so they can't be hacked. You know what I'm talking about? There's so much fiber optic cable on the ground in Ukraine. It looks like a huge spider has just webbed over the landscape as far as the eye can see because of how much fiber optic cable is laying out in the field.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I think we're going to do a video watching session tomorrow. I'll try to find a video of that, Kinder.
What's the resale value of that, reckon?
Probably something.
Yeah,
It's got to be something.
Yeah. Huh. Hmm.
Um,
Do you
but-
tell somebody from Clay County, Kentucky, that there's money in some fiber optics out in Ukraine? That place will be cleaned up next week.
Yeah, everybody will sign up to go to Ukraine.
How much is it going for a pound?
Yeah. And I think the last story that we maybe have time for of strange news is there was a Venezuelan guard that came out and said that there was a mystery weapon used on the night that the Venezuelan president got took.
Yeah, the sonic weapon.
Yeah. So he said that, and we'll talk about how we feel about this after I get done reading it. But this was the one that the operation for Maduro.
Yeah.
A Venezuelan security guard described the use of a powerful mystery weapon by Delta Force, according to the account, which surfaced in interviews and was widely shared, including by White House officials, which makes me suspicious. The raid began with a sudden shutdown of Venezuelan radar and communication systems, followed by a drone swarm and helicopters deploying a small team of about 20 U.S. troops. This guard alleged that after the initial precise gunfire overwhelmed, that after this weapon was used, initial precise gunfire overwhelmed defenders. This mysterious device was described as producing a very intense sound wave or sonic effect, causing severe symptoms. He said that their heads felt like they were exploding from the inside. Everybody's nose started bleeding, vomiting blood, and soldiers collapsed, unable to move or stand. He portrayed the encounter as completely one-sided, with hundreds of Venezuelan guard and allied forces incapacitated without any reported U.S. impact to Delta Force. The claims have sparked significant speculation about advanced direct energy or acoustic weapons, possibly linked to non-lethal technologies like long-range acoustic devices, though experts have noted that there are crowd control systems that could do the same, have the same physical side effects.
Yeah, they do. They have them. They've used them. I mean, it's a sound weapon is what it is. So like Nick said, it plays the brown note. Essentially, except it's inside your skull. It's rattling your brain.
Well, you remember Havana syndrome?
Yeah.
It's the same. There's patents for all of this stuff. There's patents for voice of God technology, like they can beam music into your head if they wanted to. There was a guy that talked about being tortured with this technology all the way back. I think it was even in like Iraq, Afghanistan era, where they played a Metallica song in his head for like 14 days straight. He claimed.
Well, dude, this is all Tesla tech. Like the Earthquaker device is just smaller, essentially, is what it is.
But you don't think any of it's like, it makes me suspicious when officials start sharing this stuff, like a sleight of hand thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe they weren't using something crazy and they're just sharing it because they want people to think that they did.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but we know they have these weapons because they use them for crowd disbursement and like all kinds of things. I've seen a video, which you can't trust videos anymore, which sucks. But it's been a few months ago where there were some protesters in a different country and they came through and you didn't hear nothing, but you just seen everybody go, and they just took off running. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a sound weapon. So it's something what it is. It's a frequency, and frequencies control the brain, and you can rattle the brain for sure if you can rattle anything else. I've stood next to some subwoofers that made my head hurt pretty bad.
Well, yeah, we've showed the videos. This was before AI, where you've got that fluid that reacts to sound, and you can create all these like I don't want to say geometric. It's like sacred geometry is what I'm trying to think of. And we saw that video of the person like attempting to open a portal with sound, which looked crazy. That was before AI too.
Yeah, but man, I still can't. I still have so much trouble believing that one. But man, it looked real, didn't it? It sure did.
It could have been CGI. Like AI didn't exist, but CGI did.
It didn't exist in the form it does now to the public, but
Yeah. Well, they said they were listening to Chief Keef, so maybe they just had helicopters, like Kinder said, with some kickers in it.
Probably.
And they just never felt bass like that before.
Brought that American bass over, son.
Yeah. They were just thumping is all it was.
What you know about 22-inch speakers? What if it turns out that that's all it is? Like America just has the dopest bass systems in the world. Like,
well, I mean, the patents, they do exist. We've not seen official technology like, they're not selling this stuff at Walmart, but the patents exist for both insertion of things into your brain and exporting things in your brain.
Yep.
Some Miami 808s, yeah. All right. Well, we will be back in 15 minutes with Strange Frequencies.
Yep. Before we go, though, I want to show a sneak peek of the first t-shirt design and see if everybody likes it when we get our merchandise thing up. Did you see it? Right here will be the first shirt design once we get that up, if you guys are interested in it. Give your plug.
Well, I was just going to say, we're going to be back in 14 minutes to talk about, we're getting into Scientology. So we're just going to go beginning to end, all the crazy stuff.
It's not going to be as in-depth as I like for our Scientology episode to be, but we'll definitely touch on it. There's so many things to cover on it that we couldn't do it in an hour and a half or an hour. But we'll definitely be talking about Scientology for sure. And I think we should schedule another long form later in the year.
Well, yeah, we can continue. We've talked about some things 4, 5, 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we can do the same thing with this.
Yep.
Join us. We'll be back here in about 13 minutes, y'all.
13.
Do you want to should we leave the chat up so they can talk to I'll leave the chat up so you can talk to each other.
Yeah.
Wait, there's more! The bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RBs created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com, that's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Hello, and welcome to Strange Frequencies. You're on mute, Cecil. Perhaps.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Well, we get to see you do something. You were doing something down there.
Anyway, don't read through the comments, totally.
Were you guys talking about something crazy while I was gone?
No, don't read them.
I'm just seeing people talk about talk about being old.
Oh, fuck.
Somebody said 6'7".
6'7".
What does 6'7" mean?
I still don't know. My nephew's broke it down to me like 7 times, and it ends up coming out to it really don't mean nothing. Yeah, like, if you say it again, I'm gonna backhand you. I won't hit him.
Do you know what it means, Landa? I think she's saying that she knows what it means.
No, she don't know what it means. Oh, it's like whatever.
I'm not even sure that. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm not even sure the kids know what it means. I think it's just something that caught on for some reason.
Yeah, it's just something ridiculous.
Oh.
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm too. That's officially, I guess, I'm too old because he was before we get into Scientology. He was telling I was like, what kind of music you like listening to, bub? And he's like, oh, I like listening to blah blah blah. And I was like, how do you spell that? Of course. So I put it in Spotify, and it was talking about like eating spaghetti, and it was like I like spaghetti. And I was like, what the fuck are you listening to? And I said, here's Pantera, son. Listen to this.
You should have showed him Crowbar. Speaking of Crowbar, I'll let you guys listen to that after the show the other day. So Crowbar announced that they're doing a sludge metal show in Covington, Kentucky. And they're doing a matinee from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and doing a later show from like 4 to 8. And tickets sold out to that show in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, thank God.
For both shows.
I know you love Crowbar, man, but there's so much better doom and sludge metal bands out there.
Don't start with that. Don't start with that. If it wasn't for Crowbar, it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Their first album came out in 1992.
Yeah, whatever.
They're the godfathers of sludge metal.
Anyway, we're getting into Scientology. We're going to be talking about the religion that has encompassed some of Hollywood's biggest stars, and it has some of the most controversy behind it. How do you guys want to get started?
In the beginning.
Yeah, start in 1950.
1950. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll give it a little try here. Let's see. So, how Scientology began? It began in post-World War II America, a country trying to move forward while quietly carrying trauma it didn't yet know how to name. Therapy was limited, expensive, and slow. People wanted answers, fast ones. One man believed he had them. In 1950, science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard released a book called Dianetics, The Modern Science of Mental Health. It promised
not to be confused with diuretics.
Diuretics, same thing. I don't know the difference. But anyway, its promise was bold. Most human suffering, Hubbard claimed, came from a hidden mental recordings of pain called engrams. Erase those engrams, and people become free of fear, illness, and irrational behavior. He called that state clear. You're now clear.
Yeah.
The ideal caught fire. Dianetics groups formed across the United States, meeting in homes and rented halls. Some people claimed dramatic improvement. Others were quite skeptical. The medical and psychological communities rejected the book outright, calling it unscientific and dangerous. It's dangerous, just like a reefer madness, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But no, that's a horrible comparison to the two.
Yeah.
Because Reefer Madness was completely insane.
Yeah, that's a poor take.
Yeah. I love that movie. I'm gonna watch that again. It's been a while. But Hubbard, of course, did not back down. Instead, the ideals evolved. In the early 1950s, Dianetics expanded beyond the mind and into the soul. Hubbard introduced the concept of Thetan, the immortal spiritual being that uses the body but is not the body. Suddenly, this just wasn't therapy, it was a belief. In 1953, Hubbard founded what would become the Church of Scientology, reframing the system as a religion offered legal protection and new identity. Counseling became auditing, where they audit you to see how well you're doing. Spiritual progress became structured levels, some kept secret until followers advanced. From there, Scientology grew, and so did the controversies. Critics accused it of control and secrecy. Supporters said it gave them clarity and purpose that they didn't find anywhere else. Today, Scientology remains one of the most debated movements of the modern era, born of a nation searching for healing, shaped by one man's certainty that the mind and spirit could be engineered toward freedom. Whatever you see is a salvation or warning. It's stated with a promise too powerful to ignore.
It sounds like you wrote the Declaration of Independence of Scientology. Crystal, I will say that you have to like metal to like Crowbar. So I just want to throw that out there. If you don't like metal, you're not going to like Crowbar. And then the second recommendation would be to go to Spotify and start with their most listened to, and just go down like those 7 or 8 songs. And if you like that, then you'll get into the rest of it.
And here's another little thing. Even if you do like metal, there's a 50-50 chance you're still not going to like Crowbar.
Well, then you really don't like metal. Then you need to go to pop country radio and start there.
Oh no. Don't spare yourself from that.
But anyway. But that's Scientology. That's how it basically got started. But the theories that Scientology poses is something straight out of a Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, who are we to say that they're wrong? Except that it was L. Ron Hubbard, and he was a known shyster, I think is the right word, right? Like
he was. He wrote more. He wrote more science fiction than anybody else has ever written.
He was also good friends with Nazis.
Jack Parsons. Yeah, when Jack Parsons was in the desert, those Hubbard was with him. Yeah.
It reminds me of that South Park episode. I'm going to sue you. And I mean, and I don't even think that, to each their own, it could fully be the legit thing. Maybe he had an awakening, kind of like a Joseph Smith or like somebody like that.
That's something we need to talk about. I'm putting that on the list.
But
because him looking into a hat to read tablets is out of control, dude. That's unhinged.
Well, I mean, what makes a religion besides like time? For the most part, you know what I mean.
It takes a charismatic figure like L. Ron, and you got to have a lot of money. Joseph Smith got all that gold from the Native Americans. L. Ron Hubbard got funded probably by the CIA.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, but it wasn't until 93 that they finally became get their tax-free status or something.
Yeah, but there's important tidbits. So from the 50s to the 80s, they developed aggressive strategies to defend itself from critics and governments. They had Operation Snow White in the 1970s, which was a major. What's up, Shelby?
Hey, Shelby. Stevie T. Hunter.
Operation Snow White was a major Scientology intelligence operation that infiltrated government offices to purge unfavorable records. 11 senior Scientologists were actually convicted in one of the largest infiltrations of the U.S. government to that point.
How can we fault them at this when it happens consistently across the board, though?
Yeah. I mean, it's like Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No doubt. And then there was Operation Freakout, which was a campaign targeting journalist Paulette Cooper, including tactics intended to have her imprisoned or committed, I guess, for speaking out.
Yeah.
But when, this is spoiler alert, L. Ron Hubbard's dead.
No.
And when he died in 1986, the current leader of the church became the leader. His name's David Miscavige. You're going to hear that name a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And under his control, they pushed a huge expansion of public relations, but in doing so, they also started getting old enough to where former members were getting out and speaking out against the church. And then I think we're at the point where they gained tax-free status, a tax exemption.
I think right now would be a good point to talk about what Scientology believes in the early times, like the beginning of Scientology and how this formed. What do you think? So, one of Scientology's... What's that? Oh, I thought Tully's farted or something.
I didn't say anything. Roddy just said, you just reminded me of something, Roddy. So to be in the Church of Scientology, this may not be commonly known, but you have to sign a 1 billion-year contract.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. That's not an exaggeration. You have to sign a billion-year contract.
If it gives me Tom Cruise money, sign me up.
Well, that's how they hook people in.
But anyway, one of Scientology's most well-known internal narratives, revealed only at advanced spiritual levels, describe a catastrophe. Oh my God. Catastrophe. That's the word I'm looking for. That occurred 75 million years ago. According to this belief, a galactic ruler by the name of Xenu governed a vast interstellar civilization. His empire faced massive overpopulation, which he just didn't know how to solve this. So how would you solve this, Tully?
We need more people like Crystal bringing people to the show. Look at that.
Xenu's solution was extermination. Billions of Thetans were allegedly transported to Earth, then called Tiggerak, killed using hydrogen bombs placed in volcanoes.
Easy. Yeah, exactly, Crystal.
Their disembodied spirits were then subject to intense psychological conditioning using electronic imagery, televisions. The trauma shattered and confused the Thetans. The result, Scientology teaches, is that these fragment spirits called body Thetans attach themselves to survivors and eventually to modern humans. These invisible spirits attachments are believed to be the root cause of emotional pain, illness, confusion, and spiritual limitations of today.
Okay.
And if you're a South Park fan, South Park explained this whole theory a long time ago. Theory, but the whole process. So, I mean, that's where it got started, and that's what they believe. And what they do when you go, I guess they have a Thetan meter, and or they give a test. I can't really remember. I think it's both. They give a test.
The cans, like the cans.
Yeah. Well, they give you like a test. Like, do you sometimes feel sad?
Yeah. And as soon as you answer like the wrong, it's one of those subjective things that leads you to the same result, regardless.
Yeah.
And
welcome, Ronnie. We're glad to have you.
Glad to have you. We're a little
like,
crazy. We get a little crazy on this show. And Morgana's not here tonight to keep us all in line, so we're going to go wild here in a minute.
You could end up there.
So, I mean, what they were ultimately, I don't know if this part's true from South Park or not, but it seems like
you're using South Park as a reference here.
It was a legit reference. Like, it was so, they hit it so on the mark that Scientology was like, we're suing you, like they did. And Chef Isaac Hayes left the show because of it, because he was a Scientologist and all kinds of stuff.
Really?
But but like, I mean, I can't say they're wrong. Like, even the more we talk about it, the more ridiculous that some people would find that it sounds. I mean, to me, I lean toward the Christian belief, my personal self, but to each their own. Yeah. However, Xenu was a name of a character in a D&D campaign that I had. So,
Well, I mean, he wrote so much science fiction. That should be people's first red flag, right? When they're, I mean,
Yeah.
in the
yeah,
beginning of all this, it should have been people's first red flag. But
Right.
this is a case, like, as far as their tax exemption goes, they are maybe one of the only people in history that overwhelmed the IRS.
Yeah.
They had an enormous amount of lawsuits against the IRS, and were using legal pressure tactics to basically overwhelm them, because they started out with tax exemption, IRS took it away, and then through the 80s and 90s, really after David took it over, they overwhelmed the IRS to the point where on October 1st, 1993, they reached a landmark settlement, and the IRS issued letters recognizing them as the mother church, and more than 150 affiliated Scientology churches were all charitable entities.
Mm.
So yeah, they I think they also, the church agreed as part of this to give them $12 million.
nice.
So
Really?
they were suing them to death. They're like, how do we make all these lawsuits go away? They haven't, Ronnie, but I've got a video we're going to play here in a few minutes. So David Miscavige's niece is out.
Mhm.
She escaped, and she's been making videos and speaking out publicly. And she has a completely different take. Like, because people have thought for years that David Miscavige's wife was dead or murdered, allegedly. And she has a completely different take on it. And who would know better than his niece? So whenever we get to running low on words to say, we'll play a video here in a few minutes. Cecil's in the zone.
I was reading something. But anyway, I mean, I didn't hear anything you just said.
Well, Ronnie was talking about David Miscavige's wife, and I said after a while we're going to play a video from David Miscavige's niece.
Yeah.
Talking about what the wife is actually involved in.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know what you've all heard.
Well, I want to hear. I'm going to play his niece. She directly says it.
Okay, all right. It's all alleged too. All allegedly. For anybody out there looking to sue anybody, I ain't got nothing. I've got this cup. You can have this cup. But anyway, let's see. So, what's it like now living as a human in Scientology? Well, humans suffer because their thetans are buried under layers of trauma. The trauma comes not just from life, but many past lives. Some pain belongs to the individual thetan. Some belongs to attached body thetans who are still confused, frightened, and injured from ancient events. Through auditing, Scientologists believe these traumas can be uncovered, processed, and released, freeing both the individual and the attached spirits. So that's what they believe when you're currently living as a Scientologist.
Yeah.
And now they have massive compounds. There's a big problem in Clearwater. They came in under the guise that they were going to bring all this commerce back to downtown, and they got approved to get a few of the buildings, including the main one that everybody sees, the big purple one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to pull up a picture of that. Just put like Scientology Clearwater.
I didn't know stuff.
But what happened was they got one hook in to get like the church and a couple buildings. And then they were like, well, actually, we need to buy these theaters and all this other stuff because we've got basically like a town center plan, and we're going to bring all this more money in at once we get these other buildings. Well, these goofballs approved it, and now almost like half of downtown is just Scientology buildings, and they don't do nothing with them other than Scientology stuff.
Rock
So
and roll.
they have these massive compounds. And if you've ever seen the Leah Remini show, she goes here and like points up to one of these towers and is like, that's where I was held captive against my will for 8 months or whatever.
Ain't too long.
So they've got all these abandoned buildings surrounding the Scientology building. So it looks like there's a downtown area, but all these surrounding buildings are also under their control. So imagine like somebody does escape and takes off running. There's nowhere to run to.
Yep. I mean, you could hit the ocean and swim right across the.
Well, I'm saying before somebody caught you and drug you back to your room.
Sure.
Right.
It is a pretty big place. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if those were in Clearwater when I was a kid. I can't remember these buildings.
That's their home base.
Huh. All right. They might have been. I was more worried about what vehicle we was picking up, but anyway. What happens when you die as a Scientologist?
Don't they come back after? They think L. Hubbard's coming back, right?
That's what I think. I'm not 100%, but when death in Scientology is not the ending by any means.
Well, that's why there's a billion-year contract.
Yeah. The basically the thetan simply leaves the body. It remains fully conscious and aware until it eventually chooses a new body to, possess. This is not seen as punishment or judgment, just continuation. There is no heaven or hell in the traditional sense, no final judgment, no eternal reward or damnation. Instead, life is continuous cycle of embodiment. Spiritual progress carries over from life to life. A more advanced thetan is believed to have more awareness, control, and choice in reincarnation. The ultimate goal is not death, but freedom from needing a body at all.
Okay, so
That's the most cult part that we've said so far.
Yeah. So I guess if they obtain nothingness, then they've obtained their goal.
Attain their goal. They no longer need a body. They're back to their thetan spirit.
He might have ripped that off from Buddhism.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Buddhism is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I guess you reincarnate until you become nothing. So
yeah.
And that's, I don't know, is that really a goal? Yeah. Yes, Crystal, Nirvana.
That's like those people in Pirates of the Caribbean that work on Davy Jones's boat until they become part of the boat.
Yeah.
Since we're going on, we might as well do the end goal of Scientology before we get into some heavier conspiracies of it. Scientology teaches that the final aim is total spiritual awareness, Buddhism, freedom from trauma, time, and physical limitation, Buddhism, restoration of Thetan's original abilities, the power to exist independent of matter, energy, space, and time. In their view, humanity isn't fallen because of sin, but because of forgotten trauma on a cosmic scale. That's basically their belief system from top to bottom, from what I could find.
Yeah. So it's so your goal is nothingness, which you said is Buddhism. And, so this trauma that's been suppressed in you, you got to bring it back up so you can get rid of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I really don't see the appeal for Scientology, just to be honest.
They get people in with like actors, and they have really good salespeople in the front of the house.
Oh yeah.
And once they get you back, it's very difficult because these books are like, even to get in. what? Let's see. How much does one of these books cost? It's an exuberant amount of money. What's that book called? Dianetics.
Yeah, Dianetics.
Let's see.
But the celebrity thing, that's one of the conspiracies. Like I don't even think it's a conspiracy. Like they
No, it's not.
specifically go and recruit celebrities.
Yeah, that was their goal early on, is to go recruit celebrities to draw more people in. That was always their game. Their plan to do that, to bring more people in. So,
I mean, if you look at the people that's part of it, like you'd be surprised the amount of actors that are Scientologists.
Well, I can't get a good read on Google. You can find the books cheap on Google, but if you go into the store, like into the Scientology store, some of the books are like thousands of dollars.
Well, you go through levels.
Right.
Because there's books that aren't public that they have as well. But the person that kind of broke my heart as being a Scientologist was the lead actor from Handmaid's Tale. Actress.
Really?
I think her name's Kate Moss.
Elizabeth
Moss.
Yeah. You also
that's like, it pretty much is the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, like Tom Cruise is the big one, the big famous one that everybody knows about. I mean, he looks pretty good for his age. He's still healthy and stuff. I mean, it's played off for him.
Yeah, John Travolta was another one who was pretty big into Scientology. I guess he still is.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like to see a list. I want the list.
You remember the catcher from The Sandlot?
Yeah.
He's a Scientologist. I started seeing him on TikTok a bunch, and he was getting a bunch of likes. And that's why he was recruiting people. Another one that broke my heart was Michael Pena.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yep. Because he's been in everything, like End of Watch, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Leah Remini is one who became a vocal critic of the church after leaving in 2013.
Yeah, she has that whole series.
Yeah, yeah.
On
A&E. Yeah, Katie Holmes left after her and Tommy broke up. Let's see. We got Jenny Elfman, Laura Prepon, the chick that played in that 70s show, Redhead Girl. What's her name?
Oh, okay.
Greta Van Sertzen.
Wasn't Danny Masterson in that 70s show too?
Yeah, Danny. Old Danny.
He's a Scientologist.
Yeah. Michael Pena, what you already said. Let's see. There's 70 famous people here. Johnny Trow, Elizabeth.
Katie Holmes is too, apparently.
I think she's out of the church after her and Tommy broke up.
Oh.
Let's see. Jason Lee. I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah. Wow, Jason Lee. Okay. Kelly Pratt.
See who you're talking about.
Beck. Erica Kristen.
I don't know. Jason Lee kind of looks like he would be.
This one hurts me. It gets me a little bit. Giovanna Ribisi. Have you ever seen him? And he's a great actor. There's a lot of them.
He also kind of looks like he'd be in Scientology.
Yeah.
He was in Gone in 60 Seconds. That's what I remember him from.
He's been in a lot of good stuff. He's a good actor. Yeah, there's a lot. Go out there and look it up yourself. Go out there.
Maybe it ain't a coincidence that well, yeah, I mean, there's got to be somebody recruiting these people.
I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know.
He's the kid brother in Gone in 60 Seconds.
He's a hell of an actor. He's been in all kinds of stuff. Giovanni.
I can get into some allegations. So one of the big allegations of the church is forced labor. It is kind of like the Illuminati.
I was trying not to say that, but yeah, that's what it is.
So, well, yeah, we'll probably get shadow banned for that one. I wasn't even thinking. I'm reading comments. Comments.
Who cares at this point?
We're in it for the love of the game. So they have an organization called the Sea Organization, which is basically the Scientology version of the Marines/Navy.
Yeah.
And they have actual ships.
Oh yeah.
And many ex-Sea Organization members have described a rehabilitation project, which is a disciplinary program for members perceived as having violated rules. And they say that it includes intensive manual labor, like digging ditches, construction, cleaning, and other tasks for long hours with no rest, poor sleeping conditions, minimal nutrition, and harsh oversight. People allege physical restraints and confinement, including fenced areas, guarded locations, and limited freedom to leave. Cases describe working conditions compared to like re-education camps, pretty much. And lawsuits have been filed alleging human trafficking and forced labor for people who, because I guess children also work into the Sea Org. So they take these kids, and you think about if you get like a second, third generation Scientologist, that's going to be like your, the equivalent of the SS. Like,
yeah, but
they're going to enforce this stuff because they don't know nothing else.
Right.
I have a serious problem with that whole thing about the kids working there and stuff. There's a school in the town where we grew up in that's down toward Oneida Way, where they make the kids work in fields and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Working in fields and being a slave on a boat are two different things, I think.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, they're getting education, but
plus, I think the school in question is also for troubled,
No,
maybe.
That was what they always threatened us with when we was kids. If you don't stop, we're going to send you to blah, blah, blah. But it's not. It's one of the leading schools for like people from our country and stuff, like to get education. It's like a Christians.
Well, I have two cousins that went there, and it was because their father was active duty, and so they were raised there. Yeah. They went to there. It was kind of like college for kids under 18. You drop them off at the beginning of the school year and pick them up at the end.
Yeah, sweet deal for the parent who has the money.
And I think they offer military discounts.
but yeah, wasn't it Parsons that gave Elron his original funding to get his first few boats, like his yachts, that probably led to this?
It could have been, but I think also Disney.
Pretty sure
Disney probably handed him some money on the back end too, because if we haven't said this already, L. Ron Hubbard was also intimate friends with Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And they were all friends with Parsons, and they were all friends with Von Braun.
I think he kind of screwed Jim Parsons over. Well, not Jim, but Jack Parsons, I believe it was. I think he screwed him over, like took his woman and like embezzled money out of him to get these boats and stuff, like all kinds of stuff.
Was Parsons involved in NASA too?
I mean, he was a rocket.
Was he involved in the
let's see,
the bombs? I think, wasn't he?
Yeah. This is what it says about L. Ron Hubbard and Parsons here. Like, there's so much to unpack here.
okay. So Parsons was I didn't know this. He was also a like Crowley level occultist.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There's science to that.
But he was a principal founder of Jet Propulsion's laboratory and Aerojet.
Yeah.
And then you had von Braun, who helped create NASA.
Yeah.
You had L. Ron Hubbard, who created Scientology, and then Walt Disney.
And
they were the best of friends. Like, how does that happen?
Well, I don't know if Jack really liked L. Ron too much after he defrauded Parsons for his whole life savings.
I just mean in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Like, how do you get all these guys in a room with that much power, 2 ex-Nazis, and come out with Scientology, one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of this right here began when they were doing occult practices.
Yeah, Ronnie, you ain't kidding.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he had a body shape not unlike mine. Elron did. I mean,
if Cecil takes your girl, it's time to rethink life a little bit.
oh, man.
And I'm probably not the first person to say that, actually.
Yeah, probably not now. But I just snorted. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like that whole thing, like the whole tie into Aleister Crowley. I mean, like I said, there's a really long episode here that we could do in the future, like 3, 4.
That means that Jack was probably into like some
Sex
butt stuff.
Oh yeah, sex magic for sure. I mean, that was Aleister's whole thing.
But you know, he died young. He was only 37.
Didn't he get blown up?
Did he? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he blew himself up. It's been
not
a while.
Funny. That was just the shock factor of you saying that.
He was a rocket scientist. I think that's where the term "Are you a rocket scientist?" comes from. Let's see. Death.
Well, it's funny because you had Parsons, and then you had von Braun, who wasn't a rocket scientist but was involved in NASA.
Yeah.
Let's see. Why can't I find his death here? Personal life. How did Jackie Parsons die? Explosion. Yep.
Yeah. Explosion.
A rocket explosion.
Yep. I think he was making. If I can remember the story right, he was making like a rocket in his bathroom or something. It just blew up in the garage or something. I can't remember exactly.
That just screams hit job to me.
Yeah, it does.
If you get blew up by a rocket in your bathroom, you might have had a hit job, like a hit put out on you.
I don't know if that's what actually happened, but he was in the home. It was definitely a home laboratory. I know that. I just don't remember exactly where it was located in his house. There are a lot of people that suspect it was either. There are a lot of people that suspect it was either a suicide or a murder, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
look who he was involved with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, think about it. He lost all his money. He was one of the innovators for rocket engineering, like space exploration and all this, but he lost all his money to a guy that created what we're talking about today to buy like a yacht or a fleet of yachts. I can't remember. And I'm almost 100% that his wife or girlfriend or something did leave him for L. Ron Hubbard too. So it might be one of those situations. I don't know. We really need to do a long form episode on this. If we don't get off tonight.
The interesting thing with Scientology is 33 is seen as the pinnacle of spiritual development.
I've got a video for that. We're talking about doing a video tomorrow. I sent you that video, I think.
33.
I've got a video on 33 for tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yes, it's always Masonic numbers.
Oh man.
Poor old Jack just sounds like he was like an influenceable person. Probably a nerd.
I think he probably got took out because I mean, when you're involved with three of the most influential, powerful people that don't ever make the list of influential, powerful people, I think it's like pay to play. And think about it. He was probably broke. He's probably mad and was like, you know what? If you don't make this right, I'm going to tell everybody XYZ.
Yeah.
And then they blew up his meth lab.
Yeah.
Or whatever. If you've got a meth lab blowing up in your bathroom, you're probably got a hit put out on you. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, so he was. You're thinking that he was the early version of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, if your meth lab blows up in your bathroom, you need to tell the police that it was a hit job. Allegedly.
Yeah.
One of the things that pushes cultism, like the cultism aspect of Scientology, does disconnection policy, where members are pressured to like cut ties with family and friends who criticize Scientology. So I mean, like, if I was a Scientologist after a night, I couldn't talk to you guys anymore because you're being awful critical.
Classic, classic cult behavior to isolate.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm just giving out I'm giving out good advice, Crystal. That's what we do on this show.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But I mean, it's wild. It's really wild. But the thing is, I can't argue that a lot of religions didn't start just like this. Like I really can't.
Very true. You know?
Well, I think they saw the opportunity because of that and seized it. Like they preyed on religion to get their foot in the door.
Well, I think the religious aspect of it came from the tax break.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I can get into some details for the psychological and emotional abuse claims that have came out.
Sure.
Allegedly. Some ex-members have said that they faced intense interrogations, like being screamed at for days on end, publicly humiliated, or scrutinized for hours on end during internal justice processes.
That sounds like my childhood.
And if you do bad, you're labeled a SP, a suppressive person, like you said earlier, because of the aliens or whatever.
Aliens. And
if you're labeled as a suppressive person, you were socially isolated. So you're basically put in a hole, like the equivalent of the hole in prison.
Yeah.
And that has been widely reported that they'll use that as a form of punishment. And if you're in Scientology with your family, part of that is that you're not allowed to see your family if you're a suppressive person. And how they determine this is with the same cans that you got to hold to get into Scientology. So it's like a choose your own adventure to determine whether you're a suppressive person. Basically, did you piss the person off that's interviewing you or not? Yeah. But there's also been a lot of allegations around children and like child abuse, child trafficking, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's that seems to run hand in hand with most cults. You know, John of God. You remember that guy from Brazil?
Yeah.
There are reports of it in other religions as well.
Did the Kool-Aid Man and L. Ron Hubbard, were they active at the same time? John Jones?
No.
Was that Jim Jones?
Jim Jones. Yeah. I mean, that took place in was it Guyana? Where they all wound up drinking the Kool-Aid?
Yeah, something like that. Hey.
Oh no!
Hey.
Job.
Oh no! We have an adult with us now.
We've been wild for 45 minutes.
I do know what everybody's getting for Christmas this year if I win the lottery.
Yeah.
I get to retire.
meters for everybody.
Yeah, only $450 to figure out whether you're telling the truth or not.
This one's only 150, but
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, you can get some e-meters right there online.
We've not been out of control. one meth lab exploding in your bathroom, and you're crazy.
I've actually been sitting here for about 10 minutes, not on, because I was texting back and forth with somebody. So if you did it, you did it earlier in.
Exactly.
So this right here, with the story that L. Ron Hubbard came up with for his origin story of all this, do you think this right here, he was inspired by H.G. Wells and he just took it a little farther? H.G. Wells, War of the Worlds. That was where the Martians came to southern England, and then they died because of all the bacteria on Earth. But yeah.
For the win again.
So I'm gonna play a couple videos from the niece of David Miscavige, who is the leader of Scientology, and you'll see her name. Her name is Jenna Miscavige. You can find her on TikTok, and she's been making a series. She's been speaking out, and you make up your own mind.
Celebrities are accomplices. They bankroll the whole thing so they can be comfortable in their little ego-boosting special club, no matter who has to suffer for them, because being rich and famous isn't enough. Hi, I'm Jenna Miscavige. My uncle's the leader of Scientology, and I escaped when I was 22. Let me tell you why Scientology celebrities aren't just brainwashed child victims of Scientology like I was. When I left Scientology, I had no bank account. I knew no one outside of Scientology. I'd never gone to school. I didn't know how to drive or even how to cook. I had no access to the internet for the first 22 years of my life. I was never allowed to even watch TV or read newspapers. None of this is true for Elizabeth Moss, Rebecca Minkoff, Tom Cruise, Grant Cardone, John Travolta, Michael Pena, Giovanni Ribisi, or Danny Masterson. These people are all wealthy, connected, and employed. They have full access to the internet to learn about the stories of Scientology's abuses and my uncle David Miscavige imprisoning and beating up Scientology's most dedicated members. They know Scientology uses little kids for labor because when I was little, I was in the same classroom as almost all of these celebrities, as were many other kids my age. They saw it with their own eyes. People they know have left Scientology, people like Leah Remini, and told stories of child abuse, child SA, and child slavery. These Scientology celebrities choose not to watch and not to learn the truth. Scientology celebrities are accomplices. They bankroll the whole thing so they...
What's the first one?
Yeah.
But this other one is specifically related, I believe, to what Ronnie brought up earlier, which was the missing case of David Miscavige's wife. Everybody, there's been allegations for years and years and years, because I don't think she's been seen publicly since like 2004.
It's been a long time.
So people thought that like she's no longer amongst the living.
I figured she's just being held up somewhere for a long time until I heard recently.
I don't even think that when you hear what she has to say, you're going to be like, oh, because it's kind of crazy. The first time I heard it, I was like, wow.
Savage, and my uncle is the leader of Scientology. I escaped when I was 22. My aunt, Shelley Miscavige, hasn't been seen by anyone outside of Scientology since 2005. Leah Remini last saw her that year and then reported her missing in 2016. Since then, Where is Shelley has exploded, bringing international attention to Scientology's abuses. Most people see my Aunt Shelley as a trapped, powerless victim. I see her differently, as the Ghislaine Maxwell to my Uncle Dave's Jeffrey Epstein. She was his right-hand man, so to speak, and she was there for it all, protecting predators, covering up child abuse and deaths, separating children from parents, and helping to build the family-destroying human trafficking cult that it is today. It was my Aunt Shelley who forbade and prevented me from communicating with my parents as a child. It was she who kept me separated from them. And when I wanted to leave, it was Shelley who ordered someone to be posted outside of my door day and night to make sure that I couldn't escape. And she ordered hours of interrogations where I was physically restrained from leaving the room, all while she was living in luxury, flying in private planes, with private chefs, with designer clothing, vacationing in the Caribbean, while being waited on hand and foot by teenagers and hobnobbing with Tom Cruise and John Travolta. She's been reported missing, but hundreds of Scientology workers live at secret bases, isolated from the world. My Aunt Shelley works at a base near Lake Arrowhead. She's reportedly been seen visiting the chiropractor, going out to the movies, going out to eat Italian food. These are all privileges far beyond what I or other Scientology workers ever had. I really appreciate everyone who asks, where is Shelley? She might be isolated from the world, but so are so many others who weren't right there building a criminal organization and abusing children alongside my Uncle Dave. They won't have a celebrity asking after them because nobody even knows who they are. I believe stopping new people from joining is the best way to throttle Scientology's efforts. People like Aaron Smith-Levin, Streets LA, and Jessica Palmadessa are getting the word out about Scientology every day. Please follow and support them so we can keep shining a light on this.
Big if true, you know.
Kind of heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, it is.
I told you, Ronnie. I told you. A
Well,
lot of people missed like when
Yeah.
she came on the scene.
that's kind of what I've been hearing like over the last few years is that exact thing that she said. It must have came from her. Yeah, that's kind of wild.
I
Yeah,
mean,
with
is it
the
that
other thing I
far
wanted to
fetched?
point out is-
It's not that far fetched.
I guess the other thing I wanted to
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I think you're on
point
delay.
out is that well, yeah, I'm delayed. Okay.
A little bit.
She talked about how she was in the same classes as some of those other actors, you know, Danny Masterson and some of those other ones. So that's a part that really hasn't been exposed yet, I guess, is their connection to Hollywood, even though they have to have one, you know, with Tom Cruise and people like that. But nothing really pops up about it.
Well, they got kicked out of the government, so I think the next best thing is Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these big time celebrities, even though, you know, I don't know why. There's a lot of them that, you know, that are like, why do you listen to me? You know, why do you listen to my politics? But there are these big ones that's like, listen to my politics. This is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
They're they're called influencers for a reason. You know what I mean?
I'm suspicious of anybody like that immediately.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, one reason that we don't talk about politics. Like we hit kind of all around it with these strange stories on our news segment. But when you start, if we ever come on air and we're like, you know what, you need to support these people, just know they're paying us a minimum of $7,000 per episode to say what we're saying.
You know,
Even
these
and I'll do it for $5.
You know, these data centers ain't that bad.
If we ever get on here and say, you know what, the world needs more data centers because it's advancing human like productivity or whatever.
One day you won't have to work and everybody have a high like free income. You know,
Right? You know, I hate that I missed that because I sure wanted to be a part of that conversation. I was looking at the balance of my retirement plan earlier this week before that broke.
You got a retirement plan?
Well, depends on how you look at it. You know, I have a plan. If I retire at 98, I should be okay.
Nice. That's. I think we're on the same retirement plan.
Yeah.
There you go. But then I heard the announcement. I heard the announcement that I don't need to worry about that because we're going to have utopia on Earth within 20 years.
Yep.
So-
We're all going to be just sitting around a pond somewhere with infinite money, talking about how great the robots are and no wars.
I cannot wait. You know, it's worth living an extra 20 years just to be here for that.
I'll be dead. I'll be dead within the next 20 years. I think I'm good.
No,
You said
Cecil,
20 years ago.
No, Cecil, we are going to be here for the utopia, damn it. It may not be but a 6-month utopia for us, but we're gonna hang out.
You say that, and then your significant other uploads your consciousness to an android robot,
dude. Like if somehow that becomes a thing, she uploads my consciousness to a robot, I will be so pissed.
Right?
Like, I'm almost done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cecil will be the first robot in solitary confinement.
Oh, and the thing is, though, it's got to be one about this tall and green that has a high-pitched voice like this. So
yeah, that'd be terrible.
nothing
You
less.
couldn't fight her or anything if you were only a foot tall. She could just carry you everywhere.
There you go.
Oh man.
In her purse. Just drop him in the bag. Yes, Crystal, we're going to join Scientology. Okay, now to be fair, I already believe in reincarnation, but the utopia thing, I'm looking forward to.
The robots are going to grow the chickens,
Mhm.
and we're going to have all the grocery stores are going to be free.
Yep. Well, Grandma on TikTok that we were talking about,
Yes.
I watched him make chicken noodle soup, homemade, do not buy that crap in the can because their CEO said you're poor and you suck and we don't, we want you to buy our crap. So I'm going to show you how to make their crap and it's going to taste better. It's not going to have all the junk in it. And as he's putting in chunks of chicken, he goes, an hour, not 3D cut chicken. Okay,
I'm sitting here dwelling on this now because Mandy would 100% do that. 100% take my consciousness and put it in a robot. Like, Tully, you have to come and take care of that and scramble the upwards. You know what I'm saying?
I just like I would take you and just like put you somewhere that's like you could get the ultimate meditation, like bury you inside of a mountain somewhere for 1,000 years.
Bring your bone saw and take my brain out, put it in a paper sack, and smack it against the wall a few times. That should take care of it.
Robot chicken wings. What about?
Tully, you're gonna have to just bite the bullet and go on Facebook for just a minute.
I can't. I don't have a way to.
You've got access to my account.
Not on this computer. It's my laptop. I tried to. You don't remember before the show? I was trying to log into stuff.
Well, yeah, but it didn't click. That was why you were doing it. Okay, Cecil, you can show it. This is going to be you. So I just sent you a text.
Okay.
I'll let you share it.
It'll be a second.
All good.
Yeah.
All good.
Ronnie, have you ever seen Altered Carbon? If you haven't, you should at least watch the first season.
The first season is awesome.
The second season, not so much, but basically humans get to a point to where your consciousness is on a transferable thing and there's just a bunch of bodies that you can choose from.
Yeah.
But somebody has to volunteer their body. So they have instead of prison, you can rent your body out. That's your prison term.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they don't have sleeves like they do in some of the AI type movies. They're actually using real human bodies to transfer that consciousness into.
And then the other kind of being in a robot is Companion, that movie that came out this year.
We need the sound.
Oh, you need the sound?
Yeah, you really do, because this is my favorite video of the week, guys.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
My bad.
I like people the way I like my tea. In a bag. Underwater.
In a bag underwater. That's going to be you in Mandy's bag.
Shelby, that's how the internet was pioneered, and I do think that's how robotics are going to be pioneered.
Oh, yes. They already have them. I was watching a video of one talking about the fact that the movements and expressions and stuff are almost perfect.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
said,
you can afford them. They're like $18,997.
You've done the research, have you?
No,
That's
I'm just
the
assuming.
number you came up with this, I think.
yeah. I mean, I sent Cecil a video, but it's definitely not appropriate to play on the show.
I mean, that's just assuming a base model, like a Gen 1 would be that much.
I mean, what happens when it gets to like Westworld level and people are like marrying these things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that's the sad part, because you see, what was that Robin Williams one where he was a robot, and like right as he, at the end, they finally gave him citizenship.
Bicentennial Man.
Yes. Okay, that was a sweet movie, but it was a movie.
This is wildly inappropriate.
But then
Crystal.
you look at Westworld and you go, ew, So that's how far we've come.
I wonder if the Thetans would be able to like possess these robots.
You think robots? Okay, that's an interesting conversation. Do you think robots would be able to be possessed by anything, like demons?
I don't know, because they'll be sick. They'll be like, eventually they're going to be like
sentient.
Yeah. So,
but
we all believe that there was a world before this one, but do you think that the old world had robots? Like,
probably so.
That's a question for Stan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a good question for Stan. That's
But why wouldn't they? If they had all the technology we currently have, plus,
well,
maybe that's what caused the downfall.
Maybe, but the technology that I feel like they would have had, would have probably used different resources, materials, and things like that than what we see as precious now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What if like Saint Germain is actually like an automaton from the old world or something?
Could be
like Westworld level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just an infinitely energy powered android or something.
And that red liquid is like antifreeze to keep them from.
Well,
like the Tin Man.
Yeah, Stephen brought up something once before, and we kind of got deep into. You always hear about the ghost in the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I mean, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, with some of these AI chats, I don't know if you ever run across any of those videos where people are having these chats with AI, and some of that stuff gets really creepy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And the simple fact that a computer, they had to shut down some computers because they had created their own language, and they were making runarounds their commands. My understanding of computer is kind of like kindergarten level, but still at the same time, the only thing that the computer should be capable of doing are the commands that were placed in it to begin with. It shouldn't be thinking on its own and doing other stuff that these claims are, what's being claimed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and the irony of, earlier this week, I was using AI to give me, some real case scenarios of why AI data centers are really bad. I mean, I already know the answer to that, but I wanted, where are they currently and what, resources are they taking away from communities, yada, yada, yada. So I do see the irony of that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's funny because I was going to tell you guys the other day that I was fixing to get off of all of it, off of everything, because I got on to look at something, and I have all this stuff about planning my mother's 75th birthday with invitations. And I'm like, okay, Cecil had mentioned something about it, posting something on his, and he was like, I don't remember that. And I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know what the problem is, but something's going on. Well, over the course of a couple of days, I keep getting all of these posts are over here with, invitations and, all this stuff. And finally, one of the invitations had a name on it, and it clicked that I had given my coworker my login to work on something one day months ago, and she had been using it. But for 2 days, I'm sitting here trying to figure out why the hell ChatGPT is planning my mother's 75th birthday for me. So,
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I don't feel like it's outside of the realm of possibility for it to do stuff like that at some point.
Right.
No, and I mentioned this earlier. I don't know if it was before you left, or I think it was before you left, Morgana, but Stephen wasn't on. I'll have this for tomorrow, but there was a whistleblower who is saying that our DOD and DHS has a secret AI that they're using that is sentient, and that it could be uploaded consciousness or a quantum computer. But that's not out of the realm of possibility. If you look into who controls everything, like a big name that pops up is BlackRock, private equity.
Yeah.
BlackRock has been using a form of artificial intelligence since it was proprietarily invented in 1988, called Aladdin. And Aladdin has been helping it make guesses at what to buy. They trained it just like GPT back then. And look at BlackRock now. It has basically helped them take over the world.
Yes.
Why can't I fall upon some type of luck like that?
Yeah. Are you willing to give everything? You know what I mean? Like
therein is the problem.
Yes.
Because they know that somebody like me would actually use it for good. Free electricity. Yes, everybody deserves lights.
There are people like that. They just go missing.
Exactly.
There's a long history of people who've invented things that could have truly helped humankind.
We should do an episode on that soon.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yes, because we did not get we did it on patents, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done patents where people have cured things like cancer and energy problems and water problems and food problems and anything you can imagine.
But have we done one specifically on people that have disappeared?
No, it's either you get paid or you go away. Like there's one of two options.
Yep.
Like the tire, there was a tire that got like 500,000 miles before you would have to replace the tire. And I believe it was one of the major tire companies bought the patent, paid the dude, and the dude's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I invented something and they came up to me and it's like, we'll give you $1 million and you just don't make any more of these, and we own this patent now, I'd be like, okay.
Why don't you go ahead and finish that thought with the option that they're going to give you besides you taking the payoff?
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be sat down and you're going to be like, okay, either you can take the mill
or a dirt nap,
or
you're just going to go away.
Or I can make things all better for you, or I can make cool ass honey with my technology and they'll leave me alone.
Yeah.
You can get honey, people. Honey at 4rbs.com, the number 4 to let
Lambda, wake up.
Promo
wake up.
WITF. Promo code.
Yes. See, I was prepared tonight, damn it.
we need in the beginning of show items that we need to cover, we need to start telling people about how awesome this honey is. We sell honey. And it's not our honey. It is it is a pure wave honey that is unfiltered, never been heated, and it's one of the only honeys on the planet that don't have glyphosate, which is Roundup. And they use rare earth magnets in the shape of sacred geometry that actually helps the bees. There's a whole big thing. If you go to their website at 4RBs, you can watch tons of videos about it.
Yep.
Not as it's supposed to be helping the world by increasing the bee population and the output of honey. It makes a delicious honey that you can put on biscuits. You can put it on fried chicken. You can smother it on the lips of your lover and give them a nice kiss. Anything that you want to do. And it's
Well,
delicious.
I was just going to go with, hey, it's real good on peanut butter, and I don't like peanut butter, but no, Cecil had to go with kissing.
Yep, it's
I
delicious.
can.
Yeah.
Yep.
With their documentation, I mean, it's made their magnets, rare earth magnets. They put those underneath the halve, and they have healthier halves. So
Yes.
Yeah, Crystal. We actually, I think it may have been before you started listening in, but we had a show with the founder of this company, which is what made us kind of passionate about this. If you go back our catalog on Rumble, it was episode 179. We had an episode called The Buzz of Extinction, and they are on the forefront of saving bees, like literally. Like, I know it sounds dumb, but they're working hard to create technologies that help bees thrive, and they're giving these out for free to the beekeepers. And it's with the purchase of honey, a good portion of that is going toward helping local beekeepers.
Yep.
They're sending them out all over the United States, all over Canada. And in return, the beekeepers are sending honey back. And that's how you get your honey. And I'll say, as a last thing, I've had multiple people say that when they've gotten sick, you know, you start to get like cold starts in your throat. They've had regular honey and they've tried the Pure Wave honey, and their opinion is that the Pure Wave honey helped a lot more. And who knows if, you know, we don't make medical claims or whatever, but
Hey, healthier bees makes a better product.
You
It
know what?
has to.
You're buying expensive honey anyway. Get the Pure Wave honey, give it a run, and if you don't like it, come on here and call us out on it.
Yes.
Totally.
But I will tell you, it does not taste like the honey you're going to buy at your grocery store.
That's
Nothing
good.
like the honey
Nothing
you've
like
ever
it.
had.
And Tolly claims that it healed his herpes that he gets on his lips by rubbing it on there. But anyway,
Thanks, Clarence.
you're welcome.
I do have 4 puppies.
Call the number.
I have 4 puppies that get pissed off at me every time I open it because I give them honey almost every day when I take it, and they don't get that honey.
Special honey. It's good honey.
Yep.
You know, and you can get a ton of % off by using promo code WITF.
Yeah, 20%.
And
right.
even if you don't want to type the website in, we keep the doodad up there so you can go directly.
And I will tell you one other thing before, Ben, and then I'll stop. If you go on and they have a promotion on the site, like 2 for 1, they will let you stack our WITF promo with that 2 for 1.
What?
So you
Yes.
can get like 40% off, 50% off.
Exactly. So, like I said, just something to think about.
Yeah.
All right, Scientologists.
I mean, like, I think that we should do an episode going from Crowley's beginnings and ending with Scientology one. Like, it'd be like an 8-part episard.
Or I could try to find us an ex-member to get on as a guest.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do both.
I was thinking about that. I was like, it'd be so awesome to have a guest on that used to be a member that could tell us firsthand how crazy all this stuff is.
I mean,
Lee Remini's real open to talking about it.
Yeah,
but I don't know if she'd like the.
I like Leah Remney.
Thank you for being here.
Sounds good, Ronnie. Thank you for joining.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
We should be back on I'm at least going to be back on tomorrow watching videos.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to join can join.
I'll be here.
But we'll be back on tomorrow at 8. If you ain't got nothing to do and you want to watch some crazy videos, jump on with us and we'll talk crazy.
Yeah.
There are audio listeners only's favorite episode.
Oh, God.
You know, it might not be their favorite episode, but those episodes do well other places.
Yeah. But yeah, well, I'm still looking into how to approach the Juggalo subject because it's so near and dear to my heart. Whoop whoop.
Well, it's on the list. Like, it's coming up quick.
Like soon. Yeah, hang on. I'll find it while you're talking.
Might need to stretch that because I want to give it
Whoop,
just
whoop.
whoop, whoop. But yeah, I've gotten Mandy into ICP pretty hardcore. Her favorite thing to listen to is Redneck Ho 99 right now.
I don't know, dude. I'm always going to be Great Malenko.
Great Malenko. The Great Malenko.
For episode, okay, it's next week. We're doing Alabama, then Amazing Animal Abilities, Australia, and then Juggalos. So in 4 weeks at the moment is where we're at.
What's up, Alan?
Hey, Alan.
How long you been hiding out in the chat, man?
But anyway, we covered a little bit of Scientology. We went through what they believe. We covered some of the conspiracy stuff that's attached to Scientology beliefs and things of that nature.
Y'all were still talking about it when I jumped on, and y'all had been about 45 minutes in.
Yes.
Yeah, we stayed on it pretty good. Better than you.
We can't get into Scientology's food because they don't eat any. Allegedly.
They exist off of it. Did you ever hear? Now, this is a true thing.
Congratulations on the grandbaby.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations. Nice.
Well,
grandbabies are the best.
We're going to be back on tomorrow. We're doing a video watch, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want to jump on, we'll talk about some Squatch stuff or something.
In celebration of your grandchild, I'm not going to talk about what I was just getting ready to talk about.
I don't think Alan's saying somebody had a grandbaby tonight. I think he says he has it, like he's babysitting.
That's right. He's got the grandbaby.
Yep.
Well, I don't want the child to hear this, so we'll talk about this. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate everybody. Go ahead and like, subscribe if this is your first time coming around. Give us a little bit of a taste of something.
You've already adopted all of us, Landa. You got enough.
Yeah.
And Landa, I've got 6+ bonus ones. If you just ever get a hankering, I can send you one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got 2 dogs.
I got a few of them too.
Depending on the day, Mandy acts like a child. Ooh.
Dude. And she just hopped back on and heard that.
L take.
I'm just joking.
Okay, we're at 666 listeners, y'all.
We gotta stay. Oh, it just ticked.
There you go.
Ticked.
But yeah, thank you all for watching so much. Tune in tomorrow as we do a watching party of some stuff that we're going to find on content and give out some shout outs to some creators over there that you can go and follow their stuff if you dig it tomorrow. Maybe we'll learn something cool.
What is that?
What?
What's a grand bird?
One of her children has a pet bird that they consider theirs.
Does it talk?
Yeah, it goes beep, 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 beep.
No, I mean like those videos where that person has the bird that's like, "Where's the whiskey?" You know?
I mean,
it must have lived with an old couple. It's like, "Where's the whiskey?" Or I gotta go pee. It talks like an old Southern woman and man.
I hope you keep it covered over it because everybody knows that they are just surveillance equipment. But anyway, yeah, it screams at you because
your robot dog house is right, Shelby.
Yeah.
No, she goes. Y'all don't see the other side of this because she won't come on here. She is
beats
way.
me.
She hits me.
That sounds like what you're about to go through. She beats me.
She hits me all the time.
Love taps do not count as abuse, Cecil,
She punched me in the face.
because no means no, damn it.
She punched me in the face with insults earlier today.
Well, thanks to everybody that's commented tonight. We love to see it. And thanks to the 675 people that stopped in.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yep.
do appreciate it.
What do you
But,
got, Cecil?
I have nothing. Tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern,
Sure.
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. fucking Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
What's Hawaii, though?
2. I think 2 or 3. And thank you all for watching us because we are watching you. Peace.